Assalamu alaikum. In the most holy name of Allah, the all-wise, true and living God, who was to come and has come, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are forever due, and in the name of his last and greatest apostle, our beloved leader, teacher, perfect guide, the last messenger of Allah, the great Elijah Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, or great morning, to those of you who seek to attain greatness or seek to acquire greatness and to live in greatness. I say good morning to you. And those of you who declare yourself and have resigned yourself to being a part of that which is evil, unrighteous, I have a message for you as well. And it's not good morning. I have no good tidings for you, no good words for you. This is the great war of Armageddon. My coverage this morning is dealing with this book, or these two books, Bible and Holy Qur-an. And I'm going to reference the supreme wisdom of Master Farad Muhammad to his messenger, the great Elijah Muhammad. The supreme wisdom is made up of questions and answers. And this should give us an indication, pardon me, this should give us an indication that education is taking place between a teacher and a student. In this particular case, the teacher is Master Farad Muhammad, and the student is Elijah Muhammad. And this supreme wisdom comprise or makes up the totality of this new Islam. Questions, brothers and sisters, form the basis for learning. I repeat, questions form the basis for learning. So I'm going to start it. Lost Found Muslim lesson number 1. Lost Found Muslim lesson number 2, question and answer number 1. Lost Found Muslim lesson number 2, question and answer number 1. Who made the Holy Qur-an or Bible? How long ago? Will you tell us why does Islam renew her history every 25,000 years? This is the question. Again, the question is, who made the Holy Qur-an or Bible? How long ago? Will you tell us why does Islam renew her history every 25,000 years? And this question, before you even get to the answer, it has hints. The word who declares that this is a person or groups of people, not a spirit, not a spook. Who? It didn't say what. Who? And this is the answer. The Holy Qur-an or Bible is made by the original people. who is Allah, the supreme being or black man of Asia. The Quran will expire in the year 25,000, 9,080 years from the date of this writing. The Nation of Islam is all-wise and does everything right and exact. The planet Earth, which is the home of Islam, is approximately 25,000 miles in circumference. So the wise man of the East, black man, makes history or Quran to equal his home circumference, a year to every mile. And thus, every time his history lasts 25,000 years, he renews it for another 25,000 years. Now, we can make a living just out of that one question and one answer. We can stay right there for 100 years. Why do you say that, brother? Well, as you begin to unpack it, you said that the Holy Quran or Bible is made by the original people. And you go to your student enrollment and it gives us who these original people are. Who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. When you go to your poison book, the King James Version, it says that this book has been diligently translated and revised from the original tongues. So that the cogency is there. The original tongues, spirit don't have tongues. So he's talking about these original people. So this book called Bible, it needs to be reinterpreted. But let's go further than that. Because Elijah Muhammad taught. And just because he taught it, it does not mean that you learned it. I'm going to repeat it. Just because something has been taught does not mean that a person has learned it or a group of people have learned it. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, 99.5% of us has failed to learn the essence of what he taught. The essence of what he taught lies in this question and his answer about Bible and Holy Quran. It gives us a clear indication that the original people, wise man, black man, he makes history to equal what? His home circumference, a year to every mile. So if we have no land of our own, we cannot make no history. And this is why I have no doubt whatsoever that he puts so much emphasis on the acquisition of land and us becoming free and an independent people. Because without it, we will never make history. So you think that someone's going to come back and give you a new book? Well, I got news for you. That new book is you. That new book is me. Because the messenger taught that the present Bible and Holy Quran must soon give way to a new book. And he referred to this new book as the few small followers of his. He said it would be a small number of his followers were the example of that new book. And how can you identify them? You identify these small few people based on their yearning and desiring to build a new world, not this religious stupidity, not running around the country trying to live in a history that is already expired. 1930 to 1975 is a history that is already expired. And once the nation fell, that was it. But what the community of the black Muslims continue to do up to this very moment is trying to live in a history that is already expired. Once Elijah Muhammad burst forth on the scene and taught for over 40 years that the black man is Allah and that the black man must build his own civilization, then there's nothing else for another to lead you to. It doesn't mean that we should not build and develop leadership. But it does mean that we are not going to be under a one-person rule. We must rule ourselves. We must understand how to identify the three categories of men: the believer, the disbeliever, and the hypocrite. I'm going to be finished with this very shortly. In an article titled, "The Breakup of the Old World," the messenger said, and this is what he wrote, in the breakup of the old world. He's talking about this war that's taking place all over the world. And he said that all the mighty men of science and warfare has come together to devise instruments against the God of heaven, against the black man, the wise black man, who makes history to equal his home circumference. And he said that the disbelievers and hypocrites of our own people, black people, they are angry. And the reason why they are angry, because they are rejected the ushering in of a new world from the old world. And he said this rejection and this anger makes the black man and woman, the hypocrites and the disbelievers, it hurls them into a sense of spiritual darkness and much misunderstanding. And this is the root of the mental illness that is taking place in our community. He said that these are the days of trouble, and that the black man must mature in a world that the black man must build himself. I'm going to bring this small presentation to a close, because that's all you need. You don't need a lot. I leave you as I came before you this morning in the most holy name of Master Farad Muhammad, the supreme being who was destined to come and has come, raising up a messenger. That messenger has taught for 43.5 years. And the messenger said, after him comes God. That means after the messenger delivered the truth, the black man must come into the knowledge and the reality of what it is we're supposed to be doing. But you're waiting on someone else to return. You've turned Master Farad Muhammad into a mystery God. You're sitting at home waiting for a mystery God to come and bring you food. You're sitting at home waiting on Master Farad Muhammad to come back and build us a kingdom. And he said the lesson says that you're beaten and killed by those who advocate that kind of God. So everywhere you look, there's turmoil going on throughout the entire 196,940,000 square miles. We need to renew our history. We are on the brink of extinction. We must build our own world. But we have to mature in that world as we are building it. That means that you're not going to have all of the answers. The answers will be manifested through our work product, through our deeds, through our coming together in a divine unity. Not through somebody standing up preaching every Sunday, with all due respect, but by getting out on some land to build our own world. And this process of building our own world is going to take centuries. That's once we get started. But you got to have the right knowledge in your head. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And this is why our people have land throughout America, but yet they're not in for building a new world. And as you are running around selling papers, doing lectures, writing articles, writing about Islam, you're still missing the aim and purpose of this new Islam. And that's that the black man be separated and become the universal rulers. And he said that there will be no peace nowhere on the planet, nowhere, until the people who have heard Islam and accepted Islam are separated and become universal rulers. He said that we, the black man, can become universal rulers now. The only thing holding us back is that we have failed to quit the white man's religion called Christianity. You cannot make him a liar. So my name is Brother Jasir Hassan Abdul Kabir, and I am the principal teacher at the Dufa Self-Academic Temple of Islam. And this is a membership of one right now. Because this teaching of separation, it requires everything you have. And when your lifestyles are such that you're really conformed to this world, then it's hard to give you a reasonable service and have a renewing of your mind. That's that word again. Because you are so conformed to the ways of this world. It doesn't matter what you eat, how many days you fast, how long your garments, or how shiny your face from fasting. None of that even matter anymore. I'm not saying you shouldn't fast. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat one meal every other day or once every 3 days. Yes, I'm a strong advocate for that. But what I am saying, if that's all you want to claim your Islam, then you've missed the boat. You're still going to drown. You're still going to suffer. And those of you who refuse to unite based on this teaching and build our own world, then Elijah Muhammad said that we should remove you from the planet if necessary, and that day is coming. So I leave you with the words of peace and of paradise in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum.